So now I'm going to have my payment. So essentially, again, if you weren't sure, but this is the regular principal plus interest payment due each pay period. It does not include taxes or insurance. But this calculator does do a quick little initial estimate for you in case you wanted to try and estimate your property value and based upon that, your property taxes. So again, this is really just for ballpark purposes. What is up YouTube? Matt McKeever here, and in today's video we're going to pick up where we left off in the last video where we were going through our purchase and closing cost calculator, and in today's video we're going to dive deep into the mortgage calculator that you can find completely free at my website cashflowtribe.com. So again, this calculator is really designed for Canadian investors. I've actually got my screen share up here right now, so let's check it out. First thing you're going to notice is you can actually set up two different scenarios when it comes to your mortgage calculator. For now though, let's just roll through this first one. We're going to put in a $1 million purchase price. We're going to put down a 20% down payment, so that's going to be $200,000. And we're not going to put in any CMHC fees for the purpose of this example. Next thing we're going to get hit by is the Canadian mortgage rate. But again, quick reminder, if there's anything you're not sure about when you're going through the calculator, you can always hover over this eye and get additional information and perspective in regards to what that line represents. So for example, Canadian mortgage rate, kind of self-evident, but this is the rate quoted by the lender for a Canadian mortgage is assumed to be compounded semi-annually. So for example, let's say I'm looking at getting a 3% mortgage. Now I've got my compound period of semi-annually. If for whatever reason it is different, but the vast majority of Canadian mortgages are going to compound semi-annually, you can change it to monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, or annually. Maybe you've got some unique private financing terms that are different than semi-annual. Now the amortization period, again, this is the total number of years it will take to pay off the full loan amount. A Canadian mortgage is normally 25 years or 300 months. So in this case, I'm going to put down that 25 years. And then I've got my term. So the term is the number of years before the mortgage is due for renewal. The interest rates are often fixed for this period of time, and at the end of the term, a new rate is negotiated based upon the current market, the length of the next contract, etc. And typical terms you're going to find are likely 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 7 and 10 years. It's pretty rare here in Canada to see a mortgage go beyond 10-year term, but it is possible if you're getting into private financing. And the term cannot be greater than the amortization period because, well, that just wouldn't make sense. And then if you're looking at doing US mortgages, we've got a little bit of information here for you as well, but we're really going to focus on our Canadian brethren today. So let's put in a 5-year term. And I think the most common terms usually in Canada are between 3 and 5 years. And then our first payment date, so when is the first time we're going to have to pay? Let's say it was going to be October 1st of 2020, and then our payment frequency. So this is something that I'm really proud of. I believe this is the most robust options available to you as a Canadian investor when it comes to mortgage calculators. We've got annual, semi-annual, quarterly, bi-monthly, monthly, semi-monthly, bi-weekly, weekly, accelerated bi-weekly, and accelerated weekly. If you've got any questions about that, you can always hover over the eye, and really this is used to determine the number of payments per year. So most often the default for Canadians is going to be monthly. When I originally started my first investment property and was house hacking, I was actually on a weekly payment cycle just because it allowed you to squeeze in a few extra payments, which meant I was going to pay down my mortgage a little bit faster, and I always loved the idea of paying it down faster. Now obviously, as I've grown as a real estate investor, I've come to learn that debt is our friend. So oftentimes now I'm looking at how I can maximize my leverage because it's really just a tool, and like any tool, it can be used to your betterment or detriment, but that's a whole nother video. So let's keep chatting through our mortgage calculator. I'm going to select monthly for this purpose. So now I'm going to have my payment. So essentially, again, if you weren't sure, but this is the regular principal plus interest payment due each pay period. It does not include taxes or insurance. But this calculator does do a quick little initial estimate for you in case you wanted to try and estimate your property value and based upon that, your property taxes. So again, this is really just for ballpark purposes. When it comes to actually buying your property, you should definitely reach out to the seller or the realtor or find out from even your local municipality or city hall what the exact costs you can expect when it comes to your property taxes. Same with house insurance. You should always reach out and talk to an insurance broker or an insurance agent, get an exact quote and lock that in so you know exactly what to expect. But again, if you're brand new to the game, this will at least help you get started with some ballpark numbers. And then we're going to have our fully amortized breakdown here. So again, I'm not going to go too deep into this, but for those of you that are numbers nerds, you can really dive into and really just get a firm understanding of everything going on in regards to your mortgage. And then we're going to have our balance at term. So this is after that 5-year term that I put up earlier. Essentially what we'll have done is paid $110,000 in interest and $116,000 in principal. So essentially, we've made almost 50-50 payments over those first 5 years, and it's often quite a surprise for new investors when they realize how much interest they actually are likely to pay when it comes to their mortgage. Now, moving down, if you were going to be making some extra payments, we do have fields here where you can put that in. And again, just really trying to help our investors be able to predict what they can expect when it comes to their investment property. Now, we've got your generic graph that, you know, every mortgage calculator has. At any point in time, we can hover over and just kind of see where we land in that regards. But further down, this is the part I'm really proud of. I don't think any other mortgage calculators allow you to do this. If you want, we can then look at either getting a full table for our amortization period, or you can have a yearly summary. But if I go here right now and click show scenario 1, you can see, and now don't let this intimidate you. This is really just for those of you that really want to get into the nitty-gritty details and forecasting. But you've got a very robust amortization table that's going to break down everything all the way to the complete end of your mortgage. So we can see all 300 monthly payments here, exactly what that's going to work out to. But also what's great is if you do plan on maybe doing some lump sum payments, maybe you're going to do some bonus payments or just extra additional payments, we've got this column where you can always enter it in dynamically and everything else will update based upon that. So we can see I've just added a $10,000 payment, which then really updated and impacted how my interest payments and principal payments were split up in that regards, because obviously I just made a lump sum $10,000 principal payment. All right, guys, so now I could go through scenario 2 for you if you were interested, but it's really going to be a lot of the same. And what I'd really like to do is just hear back from everyone. What do you think of our mortgage calculator? Are you enjoying these series of videos where I break down for you exactly what you can expect when it comes to the CashFlow Tribe calculators? We've got a lot of different calculators out there, and I'd love to hear from you guys. Do you want me to go through the entire series of calculators? Let me know in that comment section down below, because really the reason we made these calculators and the reason we made them free was just so we could share the knowledge and hopefully help other real estate investors get better control over their numbers, because we're all about data, not drama, when it comes to CashFlow Tribe Canada. So again, really appreciate you guys watching this video. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new to my channel, and let me know what other calculators, what other features, or what other tweaks or little improvements could I make to these calculators to really help you out as a real estate investor. I always just, you know, we're really focused on just continuously improving the iterations here on the CashFlow Tribe website, and a lot of that comes based upon your feedback. So let me know in the comment section down below. But otherwise, like I mentioned, hit that subscribe button if somehow you are not already subscribed to my channel. In fact, more than 50% of the people that watch my YouTube channel for whatever reason don't subscribe. It'd be really cool, because if you didn't know, I have a vanity goal of trying to hit 100,000 subscribers so I can get that silver plaque from YouTube. And I mean, if we don't do it soon, who knows, they might take that away. I would hate to miss out on that opportunity. So do me a big favor, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.